TCAP testing is underway for thousands of students in the volunteer state, but test anxiety can be a real issue for many kids. Here to tell us about some ways you can deal with that anxiety is Dr. Tim Perry with Frontier Health. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Well, I know that there are so many kids that are so concerned about testing. I'm sure their parents have got that on their mind as well. What are some feelings that these students might have as we approach testing season?
Well, one thing to keep in mind, a little level of anxiety is normal. About 80% of students are going to feel some level of anxiety when it comes to taking a test. It's called performance anxiety. It's when it gets to the level where it's actually affecting their cognitive ability, their physical ability. They start seeing symptoms of high levels of anxiety. It's going to affect their ability to prepare for that exam, and that's going to affect their performance. So that's when we need concern.
And how can parents start to recognize when their students are having these anxious feelings about it?
They fall into two buckets. One is the physical side, where they start having nausea about the test, talking about the test, or the test is upcoming, headaches, dizziness, muscle trembles, difficulty sleeping. And then there is the emotional mental health side. They have difficulty even mentioning the test. They can't talk about it. They don't want to engage with it. They have difficulty thinking and concentrating when they're trying to do their homework or study for the exam. They're getting more nervous. They start perspiring more. They start withdrawing from other activities. When you start seeing a lot of those kinds of symptoms, it's getting to that performance level where the anxiety is going to need to be addressed, or it's going to affect their ability to perform well.
And what can parents do to help their child through this?
You know, one of the most common causes of test anxiety is this heightened level of fear for failure. And the way to address fear of failure is by building confidence. And one of the ways we can do that is prepare ahead of time. Start talking about the exam, start studying for the exam, start looking at points of it. Prepare the night before the exam. Get plenty of sleep, eat a nutritious breakfast, get some exercise involved in the day before so that your body is refreshed for the day of the exam. When you start the exam, prepare for how you're going to address it. Go to the questions you know to answer easy, that you know the answer for. It builds a sense of confidence so that you can then address the other questions. Deep breathing exercises, teach about those. Practice them before the exam, holding the breath in, letting it out. Also being aware that you know, some anxiety can be beneficial. It can actually help you be alert. But if it's starting to affect your ability to recall things and memorize things, talk to someone, school counselor, mental health professional, to get some coaching tips, both for the parent and for the student.
And speaking of those resources at school, quickly, what do you have when it comes to advice for teachers, when it comes to themselves and even their students as they navigate through this?
Teachers usually know students very well, so they can recognize those students that already exhibit some anxious symptoms. Be mindful of those students ahead of time. Set a calm demeanor, a quiet, calming effect in their classroom. Talk to them in a reassuring manner about the test, not a frightening manner or a judgmental manner, but you know this stuff, we've taught you this stuff, you can do this, that kind of encouragement. So set a tone of encouragement for the entire class. And those students that you feel may have more issues, pull them aside and maybe go to the school counselor or mental health professional with the teacher and talk about, are there things we can do to help you feel more confident in taking this assessment?
All right, well, Dr. Perry, as always, great advice. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon on First at 4. Well, coming up here